Hi, thanks for joining me today. I really just had a thought. I was standing outside my door and I was talking to a friend. She was at her car in my driveway. We weren't close to each other. And a woman walked up my sidewalk, past my house. And I've never seen her before. She's walking a dog. And immediately I just said, "Hey, hi." And she looked up and waved. And I realized that I usually don't do that with strangers on my block. I mean, my block, a lot of people walk up and down, and they're not all neighbors. My street gets a lot of people coming from other places. So I realize I just let people usually walk, ignore them. They're doing their thing. I'm doing my thing. And it felt really different to say hi to this complete stranger. And immediately I realized that it felt different because I feel like we're sharing something here. We're bonding. She and I are bonding over this shared experience of being so careful and being quarantined. And I don't need to go into it. We all are experiencing it. But you know what I mean? It's just that we're all in the same boat. And there is a bond there. There's a connection that we have, and it's strengthening my idea about connection. Although I am separated physically from people I love right now, this idea of this global effort is strengthening my belief in connectivity and connectedness with people, and how we are all different, and yet we're sharing this experience, and that makes me feel bonded with the world and people, and more together and close. And I feel like I don't want to create conflict right now. It doesn't feel it feels so unnecessary to have conflict right now with people, anybody, about anything. And so I just wanted to share with you something that guidance had told me about this time. When a few weeks ago, when I was asking them about this coronavirus, this is what they told me, a couple of things, and this is what they had to say. This is global, is it not? A chance for all to understand each other, a way to bond, to feel for what others are going through. Do not see this illness as only the death sentence all make it to be, for all will die, and in this, what one dies from is no different than what one will die from in another way. This illness has separated you, but in this you are seeing a manifestation of how you have become separated. See this illness as your chance to bond, to feel, to make your hearts bigger, to come together. This too shall pass, but what should always remain is the love you carry in your hearts for one another. And I don't know if those of you watching this were, alive during 9/11 or what, but I remember at that point, that opportunity, I had this maybe naive idea at the time that it would bring the world together. There were so many people, so many countries pouring out their love for what was going on in New York City. And I remember feeling like we had the opportunity to connect on a more global loving, in a more global loving way. I felt that way. And then for those of you who remember, we, here in the United States, our government decided to not bridge gaps and not go for that idea, but to retaliate. And we ended up in war. War divides people, right? You don't need me to say that. And so I'm only bringing up 9/11 because at this time I'm feeling not naively hopeful the way I was last time. But I do want to stress to all of us who are more about trying to bridge the gaps. I just want to see if it's possible for all of us to hold on to that idea versus fear, which separates us, versus feeling like we have to have more toilet paper than our neighbors. Whatever it is that separates us, I would really love it if we could just try to remain on that side of togetherness, helping, compassion, trying to picture ourselves in a global world and to allow that expression of connectedness to stick with us through this time. And let's see what happens. Thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate it. Bye.